皆さんこんにちは. It's me, Shogo.
And Harumi.
Hello, everyone. Welcome back to another
Hello.
episode of Shogo and Harumi's podcast.
Yay.
All right, so before we start, there's a few points that we need to let you guys know. Again, it's at nighttime in Japan time when we're recording this. Our kids might wake up. Number one, we're not going to stop the recording or re-recording anything. We're going to show you what our real life is. So if they actually wake up, then we're going to keep on recording. That's number one. Number two, it's very, very dry in winter in Kyoto. So our throats are kind of dead at the moment. So we might be coughing. We might be having some water as we're talking. But please hope you can understand. Okay. So today, though, we have a very important announcement for everyone. Harumi has finally passed the kimono dressing exam. Congratulations, Harumi!
Thank you so much.
So I really wanted to let everyone know about this because it's going to be a huge project we're going to be working on for the next forever, basically.
Next forever.
Not just a few years, but for your whole life probably. So basically, try to make a long story short, Harumi has been taking lessons to become a kimono dresser, professional kimono dresser, and also an instructor to teach people to become kimono dressers. Yeah, for a whole year, I believe it was.
Yes.
When did you exactly start taking the lessons? Was it? When was it exactly? 2024 at some point, the beginning of 2024, or do you remember exactly? January was it? Or
Remember.
you don't remember? Harumi doesn't remember anything. I should have asked. Bad idea to ask in the first place.
But it's for 1 year, so
but it's
maybe
been a year, right?
Yeah,
yes, approximately a year. So Harumi basically, well, the lessons, they were kind of like different tiers or memberships kind of thing. There's different curriculums, so people there's basically the lessons for you to dress, how to dress yourself. Which in Japanese we call jiso. Ji means yourself and so means to dress.
Yes.
So dressing yourself, that's jiso. And then you have the taso. Ta means others. And so means to dress. So you're dressing other people into kimonos. Yeah. And then you have the course where you teach other people. Yes. You learn how to instruct other people to become kimono dressers. So basically there's these three courses, I guess.
Courses.
Yeah, three courses, right? Yeah. Dressing yourself, dressing others, and learning how to teach other people to be able to dress themselves or dress others. Kind of thing, right?
Not dress others.
Oh, dress themselves.
Dress themselves.
Okay. Then if you're going to be teaching other people to dress other people, then that's another level then, basically.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Makes sense. So even if we say, so Harumi passed an exam to become a kimono dresser, it's not that simple. There's actually a lot of different steps and categories to these lessons she's been taking and the exams that she's passed.
Yeah.
And so basically there are people who only learn how to dress themselves. There are people who only learn how to dress other people. Yeah, and there are people who do everything, just like you. Yeah. You were the person who did everything, right?
Yeah, I did everything.
Exactly. So Harumi can now, of course, dress herself, can dress others, and can also now teach other people to dress other people, that kind of thing. Yeah, so it's a very difficult exam. It took a whole year, first of all, to do the lessons, to learn all the lessons in the first place. And then, of course, there were a lot of exams for each category, for each curriculum. And then
I had exam every month.
Yeah, every month there were some exams, and if you fail at some point, you're going to be, of course, not be able to pass it. You'll be able to, achieve the certificate kind of thing. Yes, the title of a kimono dresser, of that, the authority from the authority. And so basically, how many people were there who took all of the classes like you did?
Like me?
Yeah, exactly.
Then maybe 5 people.
Yeah.
And including the dressing others would be 5 per people.
5 people?
Yeah,
okay.
But only jiso, like dressing themselves, and how to learn how to teach them. Learn how to teach dressing themselves.
Teach others how to dress themselves.
Yeah, teach others how to dress. Teach themselves. These 2 courses is like the normal, really the most simple one.
Okay.
So this course will have 16 people.
16 people. So total of what, 21 or something?
No, it's the 5 people is included.
Oh, okay, makes sense. So there were basically
15
16 people then.
Yeah.
And so far you already know that a few people already failed, right?
Yeah, unfortunately, yeah.
And then
sadly,
do they have another chance to take the exams again or no?
No.
They have no chance. Okay. So basically your whole year was kind of gone then. Yeah.
Not gone. They can be they can teach like their kimono dressing method.
Yeah, because there is no, what should I say? strictly speaking, there is no license for it. I mean, if you don't, you could start teaching if you have zero experience. Basically. It's the same as with katanas. You know, yai, kenjutsu. You can start creating a ryuha anytime, anywhere if you want to, as long as you actually have students, right? Yeah, it's the same thing. Same thing basically.
But there's no certificate from the authority.
From that authority, from the authority having this training under, there is no certificate or any. You don't receive the rights. You don't get the title.
You know, the title.
You don't get anything basically. So that hurts. That hurts. Having to take lessons for a whole year and not getting anything in return. Yeah, well, I mean, it's all up to, of course, that person's effort. So that's too bad. But I'm very, very glad Henry was able to pass, though. Yeah, it's very difficult. Especially the part of the exam, of course, having to go to the place where you took the exam, actually, and dressing like this doll kind of thing. And especially, like, of course, for women's kimono, guys, if you're not too familiar, there's a lot of different ranks, in the kimono. So, like, just like, Japanese people love these ranks, right? Starting from martial arts to whatever license, or you need all these different certificates and license to do whatever, right? It's the same in all Japanese traditional culture, but for kimonos itself too, there's different ranks depending on like when you're going to be wearing it, who's going to be wearing it. This kimono is considered higher, this kimono is considered more casual, lower kind of thing, and each kimono, of course, has different ways of putting it on. And then for each kimono, there's different ways of tying the obi, the belt, and there's different types of belts to it too. And then of course probably the most difficult is the furisode, right? Yeah, the furisode's kimono and also the obi is super, super difficult. To dress yourself and others is very, very difficult.
Furisode is super heavy.
Furisode is it's basically the highest rank kimono, right?
Highest kimono for
unmarried women.
Yes,
for women who are not married. Yeah, so basically like coming of age ceremonies, when girls, when they become 20, they take part in the coming of age ceremonies in Japan, that's when they would usually wear the furisode. Or other opportunities, like it would be something for young ladies, though. For example, Maikos are wearing furisode. So it's usually for people who are under 20, maybe around there-ish. So for most people.
It's okay to wear it over 20, but unless you're not married.
But if you're past 20, like, you wouldn't have that many opportunities to wear furisode anymore, because there aren't any ceremonies or festivals anymore to celebrate you. So
like the wedding ceremony of family members.
Oh, okay. Well, yeah.
Or some ceremony like.
But I mean, let's say you're going to be taking part in a wedding. Let's say your younger sister is going to get married, and you're like, let's say you're 28. Would you wear a furisode though? Would it be
usually would, I think. There's some would maybe a little bit embarrassed.
That's right. That's my image.
I think my image is half and half, like 50%.
Okay. But it's something like that, guys. Anyways, we don't have to go so deep into what furisode is, but So furisode was super, super difficult for me.
With the long sleep.
Among all those exams you did every month, there was only one time that you failed. Right? Remember? But you retook it and you passed again, right? Yes. So you had another chance and you passed it. That was really, really difficult. That was dressing yourself in furisode, right?
Yes.
Exactly. There's a type of obi wrapping, called the fukurasuzume, where you do specifically for the furisode, which is unbelievably difficult.
Dress yourself,
especially, is really, really difficult. It's unbelievable someone thought up of such a difficult way to wrap a long piece of cloth. It's really, really hard. The cloth itself, the obi itself, is super hard. The fabric is really, really hard.
Long,
and it's really
heavy.
long. The tie itself is difficult. And what's really difficult is that you make the tie in front of you. And at the very end, you turn the belt, basically. You spin the belt all the way back to the back where you made the big tie, right? It's like a ribbon, kind of. You tie the ribbon in the front, and after you complete it, you have to move it, slide it all the way to the back, which destroys the whole thing while you do that. Because it's huge, right? So that's the really, really difficult part. So that's the part you probably struggled the most.
Because the obi, so difficult to explain this only voice.
With only the audio. Without showing you guys any videos.
It's the fukurasuzume. That means how does it chubby sparrows.
Okay, yeah, it's a bird, yeah,
Yeah.
sparrow, I think. Yep.
So fukura is chubby.
Yeah.
In winter, chubby sparrows.
A lot
and
of feathers,
yeah, a lot of feathers, and it's like round shape, and it's really high. The height is around and over your chest.
Yeah, it's very, very high.
Very
position
high.
is very high.
Yeah, position is very high. But it's the obi tying is over your chest. But you need to turn it to the back.
So it has to go under your armpit.
Oh, yeah, under your armpit.
Even though it's at the height of your chest.
Yeah.
Which is kind of physically impossible to me, to be honest. Yeah. Yeah.
So that was a really, really difficult part.
That's the part
but actually,
yeah,
if you did everything like properly, you can do it.
Of course.
Yeah.
I mean, because you passed too.
Yeah.
So, of
so
course. It's extremely difficult, but you can do it. I mean, everything is like that. Yeah. And then there was also the writing exam too. You have to study a lot of stuff, and there's a writing exam, knowledge writing exam thing, which has a lot of different varieties of knowledge included about kimonos. About the history,
like this
about the
fabric,
about the patterns.
Yeah,
it's about everything, which
like
sounded, the crests, the common crests and all that kind of stuff, which didn't make any sense to me when I was listening to the lessons you were taking. Yeah, it's really, really difficult. Yeah, it's almost like, from my point of view, it's really close to like taking, what should I say, like exams to become an official tour guide in Japan. So yakanaishi, it's a national qualification that you can get in Japan, which is really, really difficult. It really the exam asks you, like, for example, festivals, about local festivals and how it started and what you're celebrating, like in Aomori Prefecture or something like that. Like, I've never been to Aomori before, that kind of level. From my point of view, it felt so it looked really, really difficult. But you were able to pass, and so from now on, what do you get to do then? What are you planning on doing then, now that you've passed the exam?
So I just passed. So I'm still like a student. Just graduated. That kind of. So I don't have any like experience of just working as kitsukeshi, like kimono dresser. Yeah,
so basically it's almost like you just got your license to drive, but you actually haven't been outside to drive on your own.
That's right. Yeah. So I'm a little bit nervous, but I think
you have to start at some point.
Yeah, that's right. I need to gain more experiences.
And how are you going to be doing that then?
I want to do like both Japanese and English.
Okay.
So like Japanese, like local thing. Teaching how to dress yourself, or like maybe starting from yukata, like easiest way.
Okay.
And I the like authority, like company, they will afford you like some kind of job. Of
afford you.
Offer you.
Yeah.
Offer you.
Yeah.
Afford.
Yeah.
What does afford mean? Like,
afford means that you can afford it, means
you
can pay for it. Yeah.
So offer you kind of job. So I can teach like all the lessons I got. I received, and I will do the same thing to the future students. Yeah.
Okay.
So that is one job, and also I want to do the local teaching and online too.
Yeah.
And I want to make the kimono dressing kind of video.
Oh yeah. Okay.
On Let's Shogo to teach like the questions every subscribers or viewers gave me. About wearing kimono, like how the
I'm
ranks.
Pretty sure a lot of people have a lot of questions about that, and we can make tons of videos, especially for women's kimono.
Like, can I wear furisode over 20s or something? This question is really frequent. Yeah.
Yeah, we can make like YouTube shorts about that too, if you want to. Yeah. How about you? Like, I think if you're going to be making YouTube shorts, like doing it the way I do it might be a little bit difficult. Being able to memorize the lines, the script you wrote, and filming on the spot, at venues. So I think, let's say, for example, if you're going to be talking about if you are allowed to wear furisode over 20 years old, I think you could, like, in the video, you can be fast forwarding yourself putting on a furisode, and then you can voice over the exclamations. You
Yeah.
write a script and you could read it.
Yeah,
And
yeah,
then you
yeah.
need to do your best to try to keep your voice alive, you know, because the first time you do these recording towards a microphone kind of thing, like I'm used to it doing it. I've been doing it for what 4 years now, for 4 years. But in the beginning, you start sound like a robot, you know, when you're reading off a script and you're talking towards a microphone. You need to get used to that. But yeah, I'm sure there's a lot of full videos, longer videos we can do too. Like I'm always thinking of doing a video talking about the differences between women's and men's kimono. Yeah, there's actually several differences that you need to keep in mind to wear, you know, both the men's and women's kimono correctly. Yeah, even if you're saying kimono, it's very different depending on the women's and men's kimonos. So that could be one video we can make. There's so many other videos we can make too regarding kimonos. So
like how to match the ranks of the kimono, like
absolutely different ranks and the meanings of the patterns or colors or so on and so forth. We can start from the basics. Basically we can start from, you know, making videos for complete beginners for kimono, and then we can gradually go up those stairs kind of thing. Yeah, so basically anyone who is interested in wearing kimonos can all gather to Let's Ask Shogo in your future online communities, I think. Yeah.
If you just dive into it, it's really interesting and really fun to learn.
Yeah, I mean, it's really there's a lot of people, you know, in the world of women's kimono who are influencers, basically, making videos and such. But I'm not familiar with what should I say? Like, I mean, we have Billy Matsunaga-san, but she's really more focused on, you know, making the kimono. She's more professional of making the kimonos, which is amazing.
Yeah, amazing.
Which is a field that we would absolutely never be able to do in the future. We don't have the talent at all, so that's amazing. But yeah, I think people who really focus on, you know, purely on dressing the kimonos and talking about the history and culture behind that kind of stuff. I mean, I believe there's not that many people yet. I mean, I know a couple of people, but maybe not that many people. So if you're able to like make a good set of videos, you know, that beginners can watch from, you know, 0 to 100, basically, to understand everything, I think it'll be really useful for a lot of people. So I'm really looking forward to doing that. Yeah, that's great. And not too sure if we'll be able to do that very soon, though. I mean, there's a lot of stuff going on at the moment. And as we explained in the first video we posted in Let's Ask Shogo this year, we've been discussing, Harumi and I have always been talking about this, but still, you know, with Zen in the house, you know, all day long, you know, it's really, really tough to find the time. These couple of weeks, I've been trying to let Harumi go outside to work, like at a shared office kind of thing, to work. And then I'm usually at home taking care of Zen. And then I got a little bit too stressed recently. I'm really sorry that I'm very
I'm
very
so
weak.
sorry for you.
No, it's okay. I've you know, Harumi is much more used to taking care of the kids, you know, and when I'm with them for a little bit too long, you know, not being able to focus on my work, you know, on my job, and seeing my list of tasks getting longer and longer, and not being able to have a clear mind to think about the future plans and, you know, what should I say, tactics for the future, you know, for our business plans and such. My brain has been very foggy. If you ever have kids, and if you've been raising kids, I'm pretty sure you would understand, but you lack sleep, you know, you're always, you know, a little bit, what should I say, you can't be relaxed completely when you're with small kids. You're always at a certain level, you're focused, because you need to be looking out for your kids if they're not doing anything weird or dangerous or stuff like that, right? So yeah, there's no time for you to completely relax. You're constantly tired. And Harumi and I are kind of parents who constantly feel sorry for our kids too, because let's say, for example, if we're at home, our kids are at home and we're trying to work, you know, we have to let them see YouTube or be on their iPads. We actually have iPads for them. We really don't want them to use it so much, but we have them. And I mean, they're in the generation that they have to be able to at least be able to handle iPads properly. So at the same time, we understand it's a part of education. I mean, it's this generation. We can't say that, no, you shouldn't use iPads at all. I mean, you need to be able to catch up with, you know, technology. So at a certain level, I want them to be able to handle at least the minimum level of these, you know, devices. But at the same time, you know, there are things that aren't so good for their brain, for example, for their growth. You know, there's a lot more. Of course, it would be better if they can be outside, you know, running around, using their body a little bit more for their physical health and such. But if we are always doing that, nothing is going to be done. It's going to be the same as the past few years, and none of our tasks are going to be done. And there's so many things we want to do, and so many promises we've already made with a lot of people So yeah, these couple of days it's been a little bit heavy on me, to be honest. But at the same time, though, there's a lot of things that only Harumi can do to make the things we're working on proceed from here to move forward. So yeah, we're going to be having to grasp onto it a little bit more. Hold on a little bit longer to have Harumi work a little bit longer. But yeah, we'll see how that goes. Yeah, but we're excited though. Maybe not this year. Harumi might not be able to like immediately start the online community stuff and all that kind of stuff. Maybe not this year, but yeah, absolutely next year. And this year we will be able to make the content we were just talking about, the videos on that show. That's for sure. The online community, we'll see how it goes. There's so many things that we still need to do. So
maybe I will gain more experience this year.
Yeah, working locally.
Working locally in Japanese.
Yeah. And then maybe making the content, videos in English. You'll be able to grow your vocabulary and gain more experience about how to explain things and all that kind of stuff. So
yeah, maybe some comments I can.
Yeah, exactly. And once you start making the content, you need to start doing more research and doing more studying. You don't want to be, sending out false information. So making content itself is really good for studying and for experience. So this year,
that's right.
Harumi will probably be doing that, not rushing too much.
Little by little.
Yeah, if we start everything at once, I mean, before we had 3 kids, Harumi and I were like the what should I say, the kind of businessmen who would be like, let's just do it and see how it goes kind of people. But right now we can't do that anymore. if we do that now, it'd be like let's see how this goes and really nothing will happen. We were, what should I say? I'm trying to look for a certain word, but it doesn't pop out. But not.
What is it in Japanese?
I have no. There's a certain word in English that I wanted to say, but in Japanese it would be like mudeppo, or without doing something without thinking so much about it. Just starting it, without overthinking. Yeah, that's the kind of people we used to be. Yeah, and then everything did work out. I had no plans when I first said that we're going to be achieving 1 million subscribers on that show. I had no plans, but it worked out, right? Because we had that energy. We had the time to do it. But now, even if we say we're going to be starting our online lessons this year, we probably won't be able to do it. Yeah. We really have to wait till 2026 and April. Yeah, once Zen finally starts going to kindergarten. Yeah, and then it's going to be a lot better. Yes. And at some point, probably during 2026, Zen will probably be able to start go to the extra schools on Saturdays. We actually, our kids are 2 older ones. Yes, they go to the Saturday schools to learn English. So Zen will probably be there too. So basically 6 days a week, our kids will not be at home and we have all the time to do the studying and such. I mean, we'll have to, like, for example, take them to like dance lessons or pool lessons or piano maybe or stuff like that. But otherwise they'll be at kindergarten or elementary school. Yeah, so definitely have a lot more time than now.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah,
at least 6 hours a day. Yeah, we'll have for 6 days a week. We'll have about 6 hours each. Yeah, so it's going to be a huge change for us. Yeah. And we've been constantly worried that that huge change might not happen. We'll still be busy and such. Harumi is always worried about that, to be honest. But it's going to happen. A lot of our senpai parents, our senior parents, have always saying that once your kids go to elementary school, the environment, your whole world changes. They say, it becomes a lot easier. So. Yeah, and speaking of Harumi, becoming a kimono dresser instructor and all that kind of stuff, our 30s, we really want to focus on gaining these license, what should I say, and becoming instructors in the fields that we're training in. Yeah, that's something we're really focused on. So for Harumi, right now she was able to pass the exam, so she is now a professional in kimono dressing. Well, you need to say, you need to start saying that you are. Yes. Otherwise, you'll never, take the responsibility, right?
That's
so you need to start doing that.
Yeah,
and then the next step is absolutely for you is the Nihonbuyo, which is a Japanese traditional dancing. It would be really, really amazing if you can get it before 35, which is like in 3 years and such.
That would be amazing.
Yeah. For me too. If I could, so for me, that's those 2 things. For me, I really want at least, latest would be before I turn 40, during my 30s. Yeah, I want to, of course, be able to become an instructor in Asayama Ichiden Ryu, which is the Kobudo Ryuhai I train under Seiken Sensei. Yeah, and also I want being an instructor in my No Theater Ryuha Kongo Ryu that I train in. Yeah, and also shakuhachi too. Yeah, shihan. Yes, for instructor for shakuhachi as well. Yeah. At the moment, for Asayama Ichiden Ryu, I have the second dan for both online and Honbu. Once I become a fifth dan in the online lessons, I'll start be able to teach EI techniques. And once I become, I'm not too sure, maybe third dan in Honbu. Yeah, I might be able to negotiate with the senseis to start a dojo on my own. So if that happens, I'll probably open an actual dojo in Kyoto where people can learn Asayama Ichiden Ryu. Yeah, and then no theater too. This year, what's crazy is that for the first time in my life, I'm actually going to be performing in a real no performance.
Wow.
Yeah, which might not make sense because no theater is no theater. Like I'm going to be taking part in a no theater, doesn't make any sense. But no theater actually has different levels of its performances.
Again,
yeah, I always explain about this. Like I explained this about this in the OMG Japan too, another podcast. But basically, it starts from just the singing, which is called sutai, and then it moves on to the shimai, which is you dancing, and there's the singing, the chorus singing, and then it moves on to the maibashi, which I did 2 years ago, which is you dancing in the regular kimono, and then there's chorus and also the instruments, which we call hayashi, ohashi. And then the next level, the ultimate level, the top rank is the no theater, we call, So sutai, shimai, maibashi, and also no. Yeah, and at the very end, no is the full performance. You put on the shozoku, which is the special costume, the kimono. You put on the masks. You have 8 people in the chorus. You have the 4 instruments, maximum 5 instruments, depending on the piece you're performing. And so this year, there's going to be one student that's training under the same sensei. He's been training since he was 18, and he's 40-something right now. Yeah, so he's going to be doing a no performance this year. And he asked me specifically to be in one of the characters, which in the whole play it's about 1 hour, which only appears for like 25, so like 20 minutes, like 1/4 of the whole performance. Yeah, so basically I'm like one of the servers of the main character. Yeah, one of the samurais that follow the main character, Atsumori. Yeah, so basically that is going to be my first time actually being a full performance. So that's going to be the first time I have to memorize every line that I'm going to be singing, all the movements and everything.
No daibon, like a book.
No, there is no book. There is no books. Yeah. I mean, well, to be honest, I guess for Shimai and Maibashi, I memorized everything too. But that's like, the singing part is very short. Because most of the time, the chorus is doing the singing. And you just first of all, start the line kind of thing, you know? So it was very simple, just 3 or 4 lines. But for this, it's 20-minute worth of actual, storytelling and everything. So it's going to be very, very long. First experience for me. And that's another step closer for me to become a shihan. Because in Kongo Ryu, becoming a shihan in no theater in Kongo Ryu is if your sensei says yes. So there's no specific exam or anything. Yeah, so if your sensei says yes, and if your sensei can get permission from the headmaster of Kongo Ryu, and if he says yes, then you're basically a shihan. But generally we say that you need to do at least one no performance as the main character. Yeah, so because the headmaster is going to be looking at your records of what you've done before in the past. Okay, so you did Maibashi 3 times, you took part in a no theater as a side character twice. Okay, that's good, and you did no performance as a shite, which is the main character once. Okay, that's pretty good. How about you? Okay, you can call yourself a shihan kind of thing. So they'll be taking a look at your records. So you need to be able to have these experiences, you know? So that's really good. That's working towards there. And also for the shakuhachi, I belong to Tozanryu. So Tozanryu, I have to basically there's the Shoden, Chuden, Okuden kind of the Dain systems. Yes. And then from there is the Junshihan, which is a semi-instructor, and then Shihan is instructor. Semi-instructor and instructor is there's an exam, a specific exam held by Tozanryu. So you have to go to an exam venue, and you have to take the exams there, you have to play certain pieces, you have to be able to hear the intro of a song, and then you need to be able to tell which song it is. There's a lot of different categories for the exam and all that kind of stuff. But yeah, so we have to do that. Yeah. So hopefully, and Asayama Ichiden Ryu, of course, you need to be able to do certain kenjutsu kata or yai kata, and you'll be Sexy will be judging me if I can pass. Yeah, all that kind of stuff, which is a lot more simple. So hopefully I'll be able to do that while I'm in my 30s. Yeah, 30. If I can do it before 35, that'd be amazing. Yeah, I'll be able to be able to start teaching on my own, without having to collaborate with the senseis every single time, and taking their time, So yeah, that's going to be really, really interesting to do. Yeah. All right, so I really wanted to ask Harumi too how you're going to be getting the license for Nihonbu Yokai and all that kind of stuff, your Natobi and stuff, but I have to get going to my online lessons actually. So I'll be starting in about 7 minutes.
7
Time to get
minutes.
going. Yeah. But we'll talk about that soon. We're able to record for 30 minutes today, so I think that was good.
Great.
All right, guys. Thank you so much for listening. Please let us know what you thought. Please say all of your congratulations to Harumi for us. Yeah.
Thank you.
And if you have any questions about
Thanks in
what
advance.
kimono dressing is about and kitsukeshi is about and all that kind of stuff, please let us know in the comments. Or if you have any good video ideas too, that'd be great too. Okay. All right, guys. Thank you so much for listening to today's podcast too. We'll see you next week. Bye-bye.
Bye. Thank you.